Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy 13-2 walkthrough. Alright, so we are doing the Hands of... Is it the Hands of Time? I always forget the name of these. But anyways, so the last video there, I actually had done the first stage of whichever rift we're in right now. So, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So this is technically stage 2. Again, you know, and I've mentioned this in a couple of the other videos, the ones that I get aren't always necessarily going to be the same ones that you'll get, so, you know, keep that in mind. It's tough to, you know, kind of explain how to do these, just knowing that, you know, you won't necessarily get the same ones that I do. So, you know, good luck. I guess it's the best I can do, and hopefully you do get the same ones though that I do, and it's, you know, that would be a bit easier for you. But anyways, I have actually got a couple of cuts here too, so some of these ones were a little bit tougher. Yeah, so right there, whichever this one is, I had to cut some footage out here. Boy, this is a long set of footage though, so I either knocked out a couple of them, or this one might be the last stage, which is kind of where I'm leaning. Excuse me. Wow. Anyways. And, alright, this one was not too bad. Alright, let's get out of here. Anomaly resolved. Yeah. That's kind of what I figured. Okay. Beloved Cinnamon. Okay. And what do we have here? Some bones. What are these? Grenades. They're all the same. Boy, I don't remember using these weapons for Noel for as long as I did. But it does look like I'm still rocking that butterfly bow from almost the very beginning of the game, so that's kind of funny. Yeah, I really got some mileage out of that. It looks like I might have now explored this 100%. I think so, anyway. Maybe, sort of, maybe not. I vaguely remember a boss around here too. Well, maybe not necessarily a boss, but a really difficult fight. Oh, this is what I was doing. I was looking for something here. Okay. Graviton Core Zeta. Okay. So I believe that's the last Graviton Core now. I mean, we won't need that one for anything other than just, you know, a full fragment list. All of the fragment, all of the Graviton cores that we needed, I grabbed for the Academia storyline. So I had already collected, you know, 5 by that point. So, anyways, but it's kind of neat that there's actually more. I don't remember actually how many there are total. At least 6, I guess. Excuse me, jeez. That was, like I was saying, at least 6 Graviton cores. And it looks like we've got something out of phase up here, too. Ah, okay. Another lovely rift. So let's head on in, and I think this is another Hands of Time.
Guess now's a good time as any.
Okay. Resolve the anomaly. Oh, looks like I failed at least once right away. If you notice, I had a little cut in the video there. That is usually why. Okay, so this is the the typical way I do it. You know, I hammer out a couple of them first, and then you know, around halfway through, I'll try to decide whether or not I can still you know, actually complete it. And you know, so if you notice there, I slowed down a little bit and then kind of thought it out and was like, okay, yep, this is all we gotta do. So there's stage 1. All right. And then here's another cut in the video, so I obviously failed on this more than once. Now, so I'm just noticing now, these ones are timed, so I'm going to go on a limb and say that these ones are not necessarily the ones that you'll get. And wow, this one is huge, so that's what she said. Wildly inappropriate, because that's how I do things, that's how I do. I feel like there was more than one way to do this. Back to the 5. Alright. Okay. That's that. Stage 2 complete. And here's another cut. This one, I think this was the toughest one. And again, now I'm just, so noticing that this one is timed, this is not necessarily going to be the one that you get if you're watching, so again, good luck. And, ooh. Yeah, this one was pretty tough. This is pretty complicated stuff here. So if I do 5, yeah, that 4 is going to lead nowhere. So 3 to 3, yeah, there we go, to the 5, and then back to the 4. I felt like that last puzzle kind of ended the same way. From a 5 and landed on a 4, right? Anyways, boy, okay, that looked okay. Did a little bit of thinking, but all in all, it seemed pretty quick. I must have been having a good day.
It was the will of the goddess.
Oh, that's sweet. Some sort of fragment there. I didn't catch the name. Something about a tea time. It was the will of the goddess. Okay. All right. So we've got another rift here. And I'm guessing this is not going to be.
It smells really familiar, Kupo. It smells like the ocean of time I told you about before, Kupo.
That means the place we're looking for has to be just up ahead.
Kupo?
Come on, you guys. Mog, you're going home.
Okay, anyways. Didn't want to interrupt the NPCs there. So, it looks like this one is not going to be Hands of Time. I'm just assuming because I don't see any cuts in my video, so. Ah, and I was completely wrong. Okay, I guess I just, well, this one's probably going to be pretty easy. Yeah, this looks super easy. 1 to 2, 1, 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's going to be multiple ways to solve this one. 1 to the 2, to the 1. All right, super easy. Stage 1 complete. Actually, this next one looks like it must be pretty easy too. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, buddy. Oh, actually, I don't know. Bunch of 3s. See, is that a 2 up in the top? I try not to, you know, inch too far forward to start the timer, if there is one, but I have a feeling, actually, I didn't notice there if the last one was timed or not. No, this one isn't either, so. So that means that these should be the same, if you're watching this. Again, should be. Oh yeah, this is easy. 3 to the 3. I should say the 3 at the top. No, oh, wow, okay. So I did this differently than I thought. Wait a minute. No, there's no way to win this now. Yeah, I messed that up. Funny. So I didn't even catch that.
Alright, time to try again.
Normally I cut out my fails, but... And that, ironically, that was the 3 right there that I should have hit. 2 to the 3. Yeah. Yeah, it should go the 3 on the right-hand side, I think. Oh, maybe there's multiple ways to do this one, too. Oh, nope. There we are. Alright, back to this one. And then to the top 3. Come on. That was obvious. What are you waiting for? Alright, there we go. That one wasn't too tough. Stage 2 complete. And then this one... Oh, this is timed. Okay, so again, this one won't be necessarily the same one for you as it was for me. I have a feeling I failed this because I'm seeing a cut in my video. Oh yeah. Oh, nope, 1 to the 2. Oh wow, I did pull that off. Okay, looked good. Alright, I'm kind of impressed with myself actually. Alright, so there's stage 3.
Clear our
Oof. Here was a cut though, so I definitely failed at least once on this. Now, this is not timed, so this should be the same one for you. Okay. 2. I do remember the first time I played the game, and I guess really the first time I did these puzzles, I thought they were a lot more difficult. 5 to the 2, 2 to the 1. Very nice. But yeah, and a lot of this just takes practice and a certain amount of luck, I suppose. Okay. Oh man, this one looks like a total nightmare. So I'm gonna guess that this is the one that I failed the most on, just because it's so complicated. And I did have a cut there in my video too, so that definitely designates that I did not one-shot this. But this one also is not timed, so again, this should be the same that you get. So, good luck. Oh, I see this already. It should be the 2 to the 3, and 3 to the 2. 4 and all right, I think that's it, and I think that is the last
So
of the
this is
hexagon.
the ocean of time. Mog, does any of this look familiar?
Kupo. It does, Kupo. I remember everything now. We're headed to the place where I was born, Kupo.
When Mog was still a young Moogle, he was playing hide and seek with his friends. Somehow he ended up getting swallowed by a paradox. Before he knew it, Mog was drifting farther and farther away from the land where he grew up. When he came to, he was in the void beyond, not knowing how or why he ended up there. On top of that, he had forgotten about his home, his friends, and his family. He was all alone, with no memories of his past.
Your friends and family are waiting on the other side, aren't they?
Kupo.
Mog, do you want to go home?
Kupo.
I never thought the day would come when we would have to say goodbye to a dear friend. Someone we can't imagine our lives without. Mog, do you want to continue on this journey with us? Or do you want to go home to where your friends and family are waiting? Mog, the decision is yours.
Oh my god, can you imagine a land of just a ton of Mogs? Gooble, gooble, gooble. Oh, just kill me now. Just end it. I wouldn't last 5 minutes. Anyways. Alright, so I think Mog is going to stick around if I'm remembering things correctly.
So you're sure about this, Mog?
You don't know if you're going to get another chance. Are you sure you don't want to think about this just a little bit longer?
Why do you say that, Kupo? Mog has a new home, right by Sarah's side, Kupo.
Thanks, Mog. That's so sweet. But remember, when we get to Valhalla, you have to listen to Lightning, okay? My sister's pretty strict, you know.
Kupo? Of course, Kupo. Lightning saved me. I promise to be loyal to her forever, Kupo.
So pick a side, Mog. Sarah or Lightning?
Kupo? It's good to be me, Kupo! 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 Kupo!
Well, that was disturbing. All right. Pink Parfait fragments. Okay, who named these things? There was probably some sort of theme here that I missed, because I'm oblivious to such things. Anyways, let's head into the next rift here. Now, I'm going to make a real assumption or prediction and say that this is not Hands of Time. But I already cheated, so I knew it wasn't. Alright. Anyways, so we've got the lame crystal bonds, which I hate. If I haven't made that obvious already. But again, it must be done. We must collect them all in true Pokemon fashion. I suppose these kind of are like collecting Pokemons, aren't they? They're all the enemies in the game. Sort of, kind of. Collecting all the fragments anyway. Alright. Moving on. Ooh, this one looks kind of nasty. Ugh. And of course, these enemies actually are the nastier, or some of the nastier ones in the game too. That old defeating swoop at the beginning of the game is pretty brutal. Oy! Playing this game makes me really want to play Final Fantasy 13 again, the original. Or I should say the first one. That was a fun walkthrough to do, actually. A good time with that one. Good time. To be fair, though, I've had a good time on all of the Final Fantasy games. Otherwise, I wouldn't do them. maybe that's or should be, or goes without saying. But anyways, all right, what do we have next here? Oh, these things. All right, so this is like the Zolotl or whatever. Miza Quiza Biza Niza. Well, I have no idea what or how I'm supposed to say that monster's name, so. And I'm sure that wasn't even close. And then there was, what's the other one? There's the rare one, the Teza something or other. I don't know, whatever. Super rare enemy. Super low capture rate, but I think it's got the, if you level it up, I think it's got the, is it auto Tetra Defense, I think? Which is just kind of a crazy ability. But yeah, it's, I don't know, it's interesting. I don't know how great it is, to be honest, but yeah, I actually did. Oh, here's the, this is the Ochu. But yeah, I think I actually infused that to one of my monsters. Probably my Synergist is my guess. That's my guess anyway. Got some monster builds coming up, probably anyway. It's got, gosh, they got to be coming up soon because I'm getting so close to the end of the game. So yeah, so I need to put them all together. That video is going to be an absolute nightmare when it comes to that Blue Chocobo build. It took me so long to build that thing just the way I wanted it, and I'm sure it's not like the top performing one either. I just had a specific set of abilities that I wanted to put on it, so. And because it was a certain set that, I don't know, it just ended up being super time consuming. Selfish Pancake. Okay, now I don't feel like there's a theme that I missed, because what would that have been? like nonsense fragment names. Okay. Okay, let's check here. I think, yeah, Erba 400. All right, so that's it. That is the last fragment. So, oh my god, and it's been a long time coming, man. These Erba fragments are just a real slog. Just feels like, you know. But we did it. So, let's get out of here. Okay. Where to now? I feel just like a great weight has been lifted now. All of the Erba fragments are done. Feels good. Feels real good. Time reversal. Okay. Yeah, let's hope I never. Actually, for most of the areas in this game, you don't really need to ever do the time reversal, which is super nice. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna go turn in the Erba map, or get the Erba map fragment, or the fragment for exploring Erba 100%, however you wanna say that. So, I'm just trying to think of how many of these fragments I haven't quite got yet. I think it was the Brescia Ruins, and I don't remember if that was the last video. It's either the last video or the one before that, but I was trying to think of all the different, or I was looking at the fragment list here for this specific quest, and there isn't too many left.
This details the area of New Bodom. Fantastic.
Alright, so there's New
Reference
Bodom.
material from Erba? Yes, this seems very thorough.
Okay, and that is Erba.
Floor plans for Augusta Tower? The data on this place.
Alright, even Augusta Tower. Man, just
What
nailed
we
it.
need is data from places that someone has.
Okay. So again, I think that Brescia Ruins might even be the very last one. So let's just take a look at our fragment list here. Academia 400. Oh, we're at 11 out of 13. So the only one that I'm not seeing is Brescia. And then once we get the Brescia Ruins, it actually unlocks another fragment, I believe. And so again, actually, we get kind of like, once we get Brescia's done, we get the final fragment. So we'll actually kind of get two for, I don't know, yeah, it's not really 2 for 1. It's 2 for what? 12? 11? I think it's 11. Yeah, because the Graviton Core Delta is just found here, as well as the Zenobia fragment. So, yeah. Oh yeah, okay. So the fragment that we'll get is for the Paradox Professor or whatever. So that's for, you know, obtaining all of the maps. So, anyways, all right. Hopefully we'll head to Brescia now. I'm not sure which version we need to go to. I'm guessing it's one down the timeline, which is not this way.
Time.
No, why? Alright, I guess I'm stopping in at Serendipity first, probably to be disappointed. I feel like this is kind of a pointless trip, but who knows? I could be wrong. I could have picked up something that I didn't realize or something, so we'll see. We will see. But yeah, once we get Brescia Ruins there, that will give us all the fragments for Academia 400, and it'll also, I believe, get us the Battlemania fragment, which is amazing. Yeah, so there's nothing, no fragment right now, which is what I expected. So essentially, that was a wasted trip, unfortunately. But again, now that Battlemania fragment's just, it's so good. So, Battlemania, I know I've mentioned this before, but Battlemania is for, you know, specifically obtaining 100% in all of these different areas, and that's going to increase the spawn rate of rare enemies. And I don't think this is the right version of Brescia, but whatever. I'm just trying to think of exactly where I needed to go still. I think this might have been the playthrough where I didn't explore the walkway like almost at the very beginning of the map. So even like the first time you go there, you can explore it. And I don't think I did that again on the initial trip. So I ended up coming back way later. Kind of actually like the New Bodham. There was like a tiny little spot in New Bodham on the map there that I hadn't explored early on. And 98%. Yeah, you see the walkway down there? Yeah. So that's actually there's a ramp that leads up to the top, and then you can throw Mog down to grab the whatever that was, like a key or something that was in one of the treasure spheres. And okay, so I could have actually explored it right there, but I think I just went to Brescia 5. For whatever reason. I guess probably because I was so far down that I kind of was like, well, maybe there's a chance that I'm closer to the beginning in this version. That's my guess. But yeah, I was pretty deep down there, and Brescia was at 300. So I'm kind of rolling the dice here to see if we're kind of closer to where we need to be, but keep them fingers crossed. Oh, that's... yeah. All right. Nailed it. Okay. Really lucked out there. We're almost right where we need to be, so... I mean, technically, it could have been closer, but... Oh, what do we have here? Speaking of feeding swoop, yeah, Svarog is like one of the tougher enemies in the it was one of the tougher enemies in the entire game for me, just because when I was taking him on, I was so underdeveloped. So, like I was saying, that feeding swoop is brutal, but now it's a walk in the park. Such a tragic fate. Yeah, that was a tragic fate. I wrecked that thing. Anyway, alright. We're almost there. I can feel it. Can you feel Battlemania? I can feel it. It's gonna be so good. So excited for it. It's unfortunate, again though, on one hand I'm like, oh, I wish I would have got this so much sooner. But like, if you could get it super early on in the game, what really is the point of getting it? Yeah. So, what would be the point of putting it in? There it is. All right, so that should be 100% Explorer. Yeah, nailed it. Okay, so kind of funny that... So in one version, and actually it might have been the original time that I went back to grab the key for the jail cell there. In one version of my playthrough, I actually did have footage of me throwing Mog from way up there. And then I actually restarted kind of my playthrough, and the second time I did it, I actually threw Mog from down at the bottom, and so I obviously, this being that playthrough, I never explored that walkway up there. So, again, unfortunately, I had to come back quite a bit later and kind of look like a fool, but hey, you know what? That's how I roll. Anyways, obviously, heading back to Academia, it's time to reap the rewards of our worldly exploration. So let's have a little chat here with Miss Horizon.
Excellent, thank you.
Nailed it. Brescia Ruins fragment.
Thanks to you, our databanks are now fully restored. We should be able to normalize the network now.
So tell me, did you find out what happened?
To put it simply, an influx of illogical data provided an entry point for the paradox.
And the restored data closed that entry off, right? Will this help you to stop the other malfunctions?
We're still not sure. At the very least, we've stopped the corruption from spreading. I don't know what we would have done without your generous cooperation.
Okay, there it is. So obviously, once you turn in your last map, you actually need to speak with Miss Horizon one more time. And that gets you the final fragment, so that should be 13 out of 13 for Academia 400, and there it is. Boy, we're getting we're getting really close. 143 out of 160. Yeah, man, we're getting real close. I can feel it. We're at the end of the road. Wow, I got a. Okay, that's not as many as I thought. Missing 2 out of. What was that? Was that dying? Anyways, or new. Maybe that was New Bodum 700. I think some of those fragments you actually need to complete the story, so we're actually just not going to be. That's kind of one important thing too, is you actually can't you can't collect all of the fragments before the storyline is over. So you actually need to beat the game and then collect the last however many it is. It's at least 2. So anyways, but it's time to get our reward. Again, this is going to be Battlemania, and for the probably 3rd time, that is for collecting or getting 100% exploration for all of the areas in the game. And with a difficult undertaking comes, I would say, an excellent reward.
But I shall do my best to provide.
So anyways, this is Battlemania. We've got it, and we'll have it for the rest of the game. There it is. And on that note, I got to call it a day. As always, hope the guide was helpful. Hope you join me for more videos, and thank you for watching.